You're listening to Cars and Coffee, your local home for IndyCar, Formula One, and sports car racing news.
Here on 91.3 WHJE.
And now, here's your host, Nathan Ward. Hello and welcome back to Cars and Coffee here on 91.3 WHJE. My name is Nathan Ward. It is Riley-thon. We have raised a whopping $7,438 so far. This weekend, we are taking this incredible opportunity to raise money for Riley Hospital for Children. The first time we ever had this event, we raised $1,900. Last year, we raised $19,000. Every year, we try and break our previous year's record, and by yesterday, we had raised over $3,000, and the event hadn't even started yet. If you would like to donate, go to WHJE.com and click on the Donate to Riley-thon button. It's a big pink button at the top of the website. And for those listening, on my YouTube channel, when I upload the show to YouTube later, use the link at the very top of the description. And we want to thank every donor for their generosity, and we will continue to check in on our donation total throughout the show. But another big perk of Riley-thon is that I can bring alumni back, and so I brought back the previous host of the show, Oliver Mason.
Hey, it's always good to be back. It's always fun coming back for Riley-thon. It grows and grows more every year, and I know a lot of us when we were here put a lot of effort into it, and it's nice to see that the effort doesn't go unnoticed, and it grows every year. So very proud to be back here on this very special day, very special weekend, and to help hopefully raise some money for Riley Children's Hospital.
So on that note, we are going to jump right into our headlines and rumors section. First off, from Daytona International Speedway, Kyle Busch is your pole sitter for the Daytona 500 in the number 8 RCR Chevy. The 5 open cars to make the field were Jimmy Johnson using his open exemption provisional, so he will start 41st. And the 4 that raced in through qualifying and through the 2 dual races are Justin Allgaier, Corey Heim, Casey Mears, and BJ McLeod. BJ McLeod made the race after Anthony Alfredo was disqualified at the end of Duel 2 because someone basically X-piped his car and didn't tell NASCAR about it. It was some exhaust based
exhaust failure.
Yeah,
exhaust technical failure. What do you want to call it?
Ford, unfortunately, the Bathurst 12 hours going on right now. There are roughly 9 3/4 hours remaining in the Bathurst 12 hour from Australia. Unfortunately, the only Ford Mustang GT3 entered in the race is out early after Christopher Mies smoked a kangaroo on the mountain straight.
I hadn't heard about this yet. It was literally the first thing Nate told me about when I walked in. The photos of that are nuts.
Like, the whole left front of the car is just gone. And it's ridiculous.
I'm going to guess he had to smoke that. I mean, he was... What, it was on that straight, you said?
Yeah, it was on the mountain straight, which is, I think, the run from turn 1 to turn 2. Mm-hmm. And he's probably going 160, 165 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, that'll tear up a car pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bouncing back to the Daytona 500, something I do want to mention is that this is officially Jimmy Johnson's last NASCAR start.
No, it's actually 2027.
2027 is next
year? It'll be
year?
the 2027 500. He's doing the street race at Naval Base Coronado in San Diego later this year in both trucks and Cup.
Okay.
And then his final race will be the 2027 Daytona 500. And he mentioned he will be in a 4th Legacy Motor Club Toyota for that race. They will have a 3rd charter next year, most likely for Corey Heim, but... I guess they won their battle with Rick Ware Racing, and Rick Ware Racing is no longer going to be a chartered NASCAR team.
Well, I mean that's better. That's better. I mean,
at least we have a car that's not going to run 34th every week.
Yeah, I was just say you'll actually have some more competition now. It's like when you start talking about Dale Coyne cars. So.
Also good to get another Toyota, since that is the least plentiful manufacturer on the Cup grid. Speaking of manufacturers on the grid, we got Ram back for the Truck Series.
The Chevrolet powered Ram, bro.
Chevrolet. No, I sent a photo to the Cars and Coffee group chat of Minnie Tyrell, who won this like Kaulig racing reality show called Race for the Seat, where they essentially just put a bunch of these guys in late models, and whoever won got to drive one of their trucks. He got to do the ARCA race, and since Dodge doesn't have an ARCA car, they put him in a Chevy SS with no decals on it. So it was just a Ram. It was just a Chevy powered Dodge.
Yeah, sorry. Inside joke I probably should have elaborated on right there. But yeah, I mean, NASCAR is just one thing I'm not super up to date on, but I do like tuning into the Daytona 500, which is tomorrow at 2:30.
They've actually moved it up an hour due to rain. It will be at 1:30 on Fox. The green flag is scheduled for, I believe, 2:15.
Yeah, it'll be a good day of racing. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. You love NASCAR. Come on.
No night race. Interestingly,
see. Both series have both NASCAR and IndyCar. I feel like have kind of started to stray away from like night races, and I think that a night race is a lot more entertaining than anything else. I mean, especially when I'm starting to think, wasn't St. Louis a night race this year?
St. Louis was a night race. That was probably the greatest race of the year.
I was just say that the atmosphere is just so much better at a
also
night
led
race.
to the funniest moment of the year of them playing a hype edit of Joseph Newgarden as they're going to commercial, and they cut back and he's upside down on the front stretch.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
I was watching that with my dad, and I'm getting up to like go to the bathroom since they're going to commercial, and I look back and Newgarden's skidding upside down. I'm like, are they showing a highlight reel? I don't remember this ever happening. I'm like, oh crap, he just flipped.
He just flipped. Yeah, didn't they also do was that when they had the big old like pyrotechnic across the street?
Every year at Gateway they set off what are essentially just giant bombs on the backstretch. They're not even fireworks. That's just military ordnance.
Yeah.
F1 preseason testing was a bit odd. Honda is channeling, the trend of going back to your 2016 self. Honda is very much channeling its 2016 self. Their engine just doesn't work.
I mean, pretty typical. These engineers can throw as much money as you want at these guys. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they can try to engineer something to be as fuel efficient as fast as possible. It's a matter if first gear can grab or not. That's that's what they're dealing with right now.
Their main issue is they can't get it to. They're revving at around 11,000 RPM. If they go any higher, they blow up the engine.
Oh,
and everyone else is running at 12,100 RPM.
I was going to say, everyone else is running 12, I thought.
Yeah, they can't get any higher than that, or they're risking overheating the engine because they're trying to fit this engine, just like 2015, into a really ridiculous car concept from Adrian Newey.
Yeah.
They attempted some standing starts at the Bahrain International Circuit where they're doing preseason testing. I want to say maybe 7 or 8 cars took part in this standing start simulation, and maybe 3 of them got off the line. The rest of them stalled.
That is unbelievable.
And the 3 that got off the line were, I think, an Alpine, a Haas, and a Cadillac.
Oh my gosh.
So we might be in for some absolutely ridiculous Formula One start RNG.
Yeah,
this year.
This next upcoming season, I mean, obviously, I'm really happy with the addition of Cadillac.
I'm happy we're getting an 11th team. I want Alpine. Feels to me just like, I don't know how to describe it, but like they've got one foot out the door already. Just sell the team, man. You're not bringing. Renault's gone, and Renault's gone from WEC as well. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
You're one foot out the door. Just sell it to some like Chinese mega conglomerate already.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's going to go unsold. Someone's going to want to get into.
Yeah, someone's going to want to buy a Formula One team if you put it up for sale. I don't know. I don't understand what Renault gets out of it if they're struggling to make Alpine break even.
I'll put money on this. I would actually put legitimate money on this. If Alpine sells, I think they'll sell to like a cryptocurrency. We're going to get like crypto. The crypto car, bro.
We're going to get Dalecoin, Bitcoin racing,
pretty much. I mean, I have a feeling that'll be the next big company to buy into F1.
And that's
just unlimited income right there.
That's our final big headline that I actually forgot to write down. Romain Grosjean has been confirmed as the driver of the number 18 Dalecoin car, replacing, unfortunately, TBA has been screwed out of another IndyCar seat.
Yeah, I mean, Romain, there's so many things you could say about that guy, Romain Grosjean.
We saw this coming after he left Lamborghini at the end of 2025 and Lamborghini's program wound up. But it took them forever.
I've been waiting for this announcement.
We're going to have both of our drivers announced by Halloween. They got Hauger announced by Thanksgiving. And then just complete radio silence from Dale Coyne for the next couple months.
I mean, it's not uncommon. This is not an uncommon thing to Dale Coyne, though. They do like dragging their feet.
I said, I believe last week's show, I would not be surprised if we just didn't know who was in the 18 until we got to St. Pete and the cars actually got on track in practice.
And next thing you know, Oliver Askew is sitting in the... No, just
Dude,
joking.
I wish. Bring back Oliver Askew. Especially since F1 cars are essentially Formula E cars now. They just can't start.
Yeah, I mean... Romain Grosjean, for those of you who do not know that guy, Romain Grosjean, he is probably behind the most infamous wreck, like, on live television in recent years. Dude. In recent years.
I got up.
The Phoenix crash.
At, I want to say, 8 in the morning to watch because this is during COVID. I had absolutely nothing else to do. So I'm like, I'm going to get up and watch Formula One. And I screamed so loud I woke up my parents.
Yeah, it is horrific. Horrific. It is like unreal that he survived that crash.
It hits the Armco and it just goes
boom.
Up.
Yeah, it literally just straight explodes. They have that helmet at PRI this year. They do every year. Bell brings the
helmet. I really need to
helmet.
get to PRI.
Yeah, Bell helmets bring the actual helmet he was wearing, and it's just burned all the way up the mask. It's crazy looking.
Well, a couple years later, Jordan Anderson had a really close call at the Truck Series race at Talladega where he blew his engine or had like an oil fire on the straightaway, but he's like coming down towards the inside wall and he's bailing out of the car. And as the car hits the wall, he's thrown out of the car on top of the safer barrier. His suit's in a museum somewhere. I don't know if it's in like the NASCAR Hall of Fame or whatever, but it's just charred. Like, the arm's gone. Like, both arms are gone. The gloves are reduced to just a pile of ash. Yeah. I can't believe Jordan Anderson survived that.
Yeah. Racing is scary sometimes, man. That's kind of the story behind that one. But
on to more positive things. IndyCar has secured its future because Penske Entertainment has finally agreed to terms with its two engine suppliers, Chevy and Honda, to continue supplying the series with engines during the final year of the current 2.2-liter regulation set in 2027, as well as the upcoming 2.4-liter regulation set from 2028 onwards. Although the length of the contracts are unknown, most of the previous arrangements have been 3 years, with the unique need to continue using the 2.2s next season because the new car got delayed again.
Shocker.
It would not be a surprise to learn that the contracts are for 2027 for the last year of the 2.2s, and then 3 years of the 2.4s until 2031. Mm-hmm. I think that's where they put us. The ability to retain Chevy and Honda was reinforced through a unique offering which was first reported at the end of 2025 by Racer.com, in which Penske Entertainment is granting each engine manufacturer a membership in the charter program. As with IndyCar's 10 full-time teams from 2024 that were awarded a total of 25 charters in preparation for last season, Chevy and Honda will most likely be issued single charters of their own to be used in one-car, factory-backed efforts.
Okay. So this is also a mandatory thing that if Kyle doesn't hear me bring it up, he'll get mad. A few years ago, some of you may remember, Porsche came up to IndyCar and they said, "Hello, we'd like to make you a race car engine." And you know what they said? "I don't know, man. I don't know about the hybrid system. I don't think we're going to want to do it." But ultimately, we turned them down, and here we are again 4 years later, and we now have a hybrid system, and we're stuck in limbo with our engine manufacturers.
It's just, yeah, that was Tony George's last kind of screw you to the series before selling up to Roger Penske. Going back to Riley Thon here, we have raised, I believe, $7,300. It looks like here. Let's take a look at our most recent donations. Molly Kasiba donated $50, and Chris and Kringle Elmore from the great state of Texas donated $20 to us here on Riley Thon. Our top donor, I believe, is Pia Jala with $1,000.
Yeah, I remember maybe 2 years ago, Mr. Kenyon, Gabe Kenyon's dad, last second donated $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. I mean, we shout these people out because they are genuinely trying to make a difference here with Riley Thon. Carmel High School, I believe, raised over $500,000 last year just for the kids at Riley Children's Hospital. This really is a great cause, something that's good to donate to, especially, come help us out, hit our raise goal, or excuse me, our fundraising goal of $20,000.
Bob Mink has donated $50, quote, in honor of Oliver Mason.
Shout out my grandpa. He's probably sitting at home listening right now. I'm heading over there right after this, but
awesome. Jeff Morris donated $25 specifically to Alex Cole, who was just in here for, I believe it was Movie Music Mayhem.
Oh, and my mom donated.
Jessica Mason, $20.
My mom's in Palm Beach right now listening. Palm Beach, California listening right now. So shout out my mom. She donated $20.
That brings us up to $7,500.
Let's
out
go.
Of our goal of $20,000. We raised $19,000 last year, and I think our goal was around $16,000.
Yeah.
So we were about $3,000 over. We have been breaking all of our goals pretty much every year that we've been holding this event, and hopefully, if these donations keep coming in the way they are, we will do the same again this year. Back to Honda specifically. They have forced a lot of change within the series within the last couple of years to kind of mold it into an image where it's actually profitable for them.
Yeah. I mean, Honda kind of knows. This would be kind of a hot take right here, but they are kind of the premier engine manufacturer in IndyCar right now. Chevrolet is developing.
Yeah,
they're not there yet.
And also, Honda's really the only one you need to keep because the Chevy engines aren't built by General Motors; they're built by Ilmor, which is a Roger Penske owned company. So they're gonna do whatever Roger tells them to do.
Yeah, I really think it is in IndyCar's best efforts to either try to grow more engine manufacturers or scale it back to one engine manufacturer all the way around the board. Obviously, there's not a lot of huge differences between the motors that are in the Chevrolet versus the Honda cars when it comes to like actual, drivability and things like that. The fuel consumption differences are definitely there.
Yeah, you got to keep them balanced at some point. I am going to point out this is the same 2.4 liter turbo engine rule set that was supposed to come in 2022.
Shocker.
So
got pushed back.
This is actually very good for Honda because they already have this engine. It's their GTP engine.
Yeah, I mean Honda at every step has always been ahead of what's happening with this whole hybrid, with the whole hybrid switch, and then coming into like the new motor, new displacement switch. They've always been a step ahead, and it kind of shows when you start watching those races, start paying attention to what team uses what engine manufacturer. You start to notice a little bit of commonalities with the way the pack runs and things like that. So I mean,
also hot take, I like the new Honda logo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I will say Honda in general, their branding has always been pretty consistent, and I feel like that's part of the reason why they're successful. There's a little marketing mind right there, but their logo's always stayed consistently, with the H. So,
but they've modernized it now.
Honda
but
racing
they've
logo.
they've jumped on this oversimplification train, but they've done it in a good way. Like, it's not like when Firefox changed their logo and it doesn't look like a Firefox anymore.
Yeah, Firefox.
What do you mean? This is just a blue and orange circle.
It just turns into a blue and orange circle. But
yeah, there's a wonderful video by one of my personal favorite YouTubers, Jay Schlatt, just called "I Hate Corporate Design." Yeah. But overall, Honda, great new logo. Glad that they can stay on. I do wonder if this will attract anyone new because of this new factory-backed charter thing. Honda's already said that they're probably just going to run a third Meyer Shank car like they do in IMSA. And Chevy, I would not be surprised if they just give that charter to Pratt Miller and just say, all right, let it rip.
Yeah. I'll say overall, I feel like this is something everyone can agree with, is the more racing we have, like the more teams we have in a sport, the better. Obviously, the difference between IndyCar and F1 with that one is IndyCar already has 33 starting positions at the 500?
33 starting positions at the 500. The 500 is the only race where they're not guaranteed by the charter agreement. They're agreed everywhere. They're guaranteed everywhere else. And there is a bit of a rumor now that Prema is not looks like they're not going to make at least the opening month of the season, where we have this 4-race stretch in 5 weeks, which I'm so glad.
My goodness.
I am so glad.
We got rid of the month-long break. Like right
Mark
at
Miles
the beginning.
vacation time.
Yes, like right at the beginning of the season. That was like, I think Kyle and I talked about that.
For me, that was worse than the offseason. for those,
Oh,
those
100%.
couple years.
No, you would watch you watch St. Pete, and you're like, this is peak, this is amazing, and all of a sudden you're just like, I have to wait 3 weeks. Or was it 3 weeks, or was it
Between points paying races in 2024, when they dropped Texas and replaced it with that stupid All-Star race at the Thermal Club.
Gosh.
5 weeks between
It was
points
5
paying
weeks,
races.
okay.
Between
That's what I
St.
thought.
Pete and Long Beach. And Indy was the fifth round of the season.
Well, that was also when we were running that's when we were running Soncio Grand Prix and the IMS
Harvest,
Grand Prix.
the Harvest race, and
Yeah.
it's not Harvest anymore. It's just the Brickyard combo.
It was just so weird. We were running two Grand Prix at IMS plus the 500.
Even the year we replaced that in 24 when
Was it
we went back to
24?
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, 23
Bite
was
my
the
tongue
last
again.
year for the second Indy road course race. They replaced, they added Milwaukee, and they replaced the Indy road course race and Texas with 2 Milwaukee races.
That Milwaukee, man, I remember.
I love Milwaukee so much.
Oh, when they announced that, Kyle, I think, texted me like almost instantly and was freaking out, bro. He was so excited because
We are so
he was
back.
Like, we're gonna get the super speedway kits, man. It's gonna happen. It didn't happen.
What? Okay, that's Kyle Conley is usually a very knowledgeable person when it comes to IndyCar. Why did he think that we'd have super speedway kits at Milwaukee?
I don't know. Oh no, he was talking about Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Backtrack.
Oh, wait, I remember that because someone on Twitter, or no, it was John DeGeese from Sportscar 365 that said that Tom Blomqvist was going to miss something in IMSA to take part in an IndyCar test at Michigan. Mm-hmm. He meant Milwaukee, but for a solid 3.5 hours, the IndyCar community was freaking out, like, "Oh my gosh, we're going back to Michigan!"
I was like, I knew it had to do something with Milwaukee, but yeah,
I
he
remember
texted me
going to
freaking
lunch.
out.
I remember going to lunch and pulling up Twitter and looking at the headline. I'm like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
We would never do this.
Yeah, and then it was announced to be a doubleheader at Milwaukee, and it was like, man.
We almost had something cool. But no, Milwaukee's awesome. Milwaukee being awesome is why I'm actually excited for Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, seats are selling.
Surprising.
For the now NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, or NOPES. Doubleheader with IndyCar at Phoenix. Speaking of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, they're actually on at 5 o'clock. Right after the show ends at Daytona on the CW, which I do not have.
The CW.
So I have to watch it on my computer.
Yeah, that was like when Kyle and I would be talking about 100 Days to Indy on the CW.
Speaking of which, there are 100 days till the
Indy.
110th running of the Indianapolis 500, baby.
Man, I'm excited. I've been thinking about this all day, just because we were talking. I live up in Muncie, so I was sitting there talking to my roommate this morning about running the 500, and oh man, I get so excited every time we get towards this time of the year, dude. It's like school ends for me, and I have a month. I have like a month gap.
Lucky.
I end school like first week of May, then I have like 3 weeks where I just do nothing, and then 500. It's so much fun, but man,
might need to bring you back for the 500 preview show then.
Ooh, tempting offer. Maybe this time Kyle will come out of Paradise and come have fun with us.
Choosing to live in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh man, hey, ISU's a good school. Indiana State's a good school, man.
True.
Good for him.
He's being a nerd and flying planes.
He loves flying planes. Kyle wants to be a pilot. Kyle loves planes.
Going back to the 500, I believe we have 29 cars at the moment. For the 500, 25 full-timers, plus the 2 Dryer and Rainbow cars, plus the 4th McLaren for Ryan Hunter-Ray, and the 4th RLO car for Takuma Sato. Which I think that's confirmed. Yeah, I think that's confirmed.
I think it is, yeah.
Even if it is, even if it isn't, it's going to happen.
I'll give my predictions here. That Dryer Rainbow car, one of them's going to go to Connor Daly.
Yeah, and Jack Harvey's already in the other one.
Yeah, Jack Harvey's already. So we got Connor Daly, Jack Harvey. And then
there's no way Daly doesn't have a ride for at least the 500.
Yeah,
he's too marketable.
Yeah, and dude, I love Connor Daly. He's like my favorite driver on the grid. And then I would say, give me a Catherine Legg entry again. I think
that would not surprise me at all.
I think give me a Catherine Legg entry again.
Does Catherine Legg do the double this year?
She should.
The problem is she'd probably be driving the Live Fast number 78 in Cup.
Ooh, but I think Catherine Legg entry, which the Elf Beauty car last year looked amazing.
Yeah,
That
was pretty awesome.
best looking cars on the grid. So I will, or Elf Cosmetics.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. All right, cool. But yeah, I think those are all
I love me a
guaranteed
pink
entries.
car.
Yeah, man, who doesn't love a pink car? You know,
Connor Daly's AM/PM car was pretty good looking.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, love purple, love pink, because they're just not used all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They just look awesome. Other than that, we have Leg, and then the 4 of Hunter Ray Sato, and then the 2 Dryer and Reinbold cars. Who else is out there? Does Abel come back for one race?
that's a head scratcher. I don't know if
I think they still have the car.
They do, but do they want to fund that? Do they
Yeah.
want to fund the running? Do they want to fund the seat?
Yeah, because Jacob didn't make
question.
the 500 last year. Do
Yeah.
they put someone else in the car?
If I were them,
I'd put R.C. Enerson in the car again.
R.C. Enerson, I would say, man, who would be a good fit?
Who's available? I wouldn't be surprised if Prema somehow cobbles together enough money to do at least the 500.
I would imagine they
Maybe
would.
with one car. That's what I was talking about last week. I wouldn't be surprised if they're there with at least one car, because that's where they had all their PR with Schwartzman winning the pole last year.
Do we think that there's any surprise entries with like another driver coming from another series to come run this?
I don't. Well, Larson's not going to be there. I don't really see any other NASCAR drivers. That outlier being Catherine Legg.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even consider her. I'd consider her an IndyCar driver first, more than I wouldn't. I wonder where Coin's financial situation is right now, because they've got all that crypto bro money now. Where do they stand on a third car? If they have someone who's willing, who's loaded enough to take a third Coin car,
If they have someone who
or they can pay for it themselves with that crypto.
Yeah, so if they have a driver that wants to come in and put a paycheck and say, yeah, we'll do whatever you want, and I just get to drive the car, that would be probably ideal. But if they were to run that third entry, who do you think they would hire for that?
Oh, James Davison?
You think
James Davison? No, that's like. Well, the last time he was there was 2020, and his brakes blew up on lap 4.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
That was like the one memorable thing about that 500, other than Marco Andretti winning the pole. Fourth Andretti car, Colton Herta, since F2 is not racing at. F2 is not racing in Montreal. That's.
I think from time to time
that would be a slam dunk.
From time to time, I think about the what ifs if Carlos Munoz was just given one more chance, man.
I can hear.
Come on,
I can hear Kyle yelling from Terre Haute right now.
Carlos.
Oh my
Munoz.
gosh, Carlos Munoz reference.
Dude, I used to love watching Charlie Kimball too back in the day.
He's in the booth for Indy Next now, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But
speaking of Indy Next, we have 24 full season cars, I think.
Which is unreal. I mean, dude, Indy Next. It's still Indy Lights. It's Indy Lights. Don't screw it up. Indy Lights. I don't care what this next thing is. It's Indy Lights. There's no better feeder series, man. I genuinely love watching Indy Next so much compared to F2. F2 sometimes. I agree. Sometimes I feel like I'm just watching a ton of billionaires' sons try to drive cars that don't know what they're doing.
That's real. That's real. So
the
Dallara IL-15, I have to say, maybe one of the most aesthetically pleasing feeder series cars ever.
For sure.
It's perfect proportions, perfect engine, perfect. Like, I don't think you can't complain about that car.
No,
it's a fantastic feeder series car.
Oh yeah, and it looks like a feeder series car. You know what I mean?
It just looks like a little itty bitty Indy car.
Yeah, it literally looks like a car for a mini IndyCar driver. Instead of Scott Dixon, you've got a son sitting down. No, never mind. But I'm trying to think. Is Vinatieri still funding? An entry anymore?
I don't believe he is.
With Jack
now NFL Hall of Famer Adam Vinatieri. Yeah,
that was
one silver lining out of this season for me. I've had it rough the last couple months.
Yeah, I was thinking about them the other day because they just had Jack Miller's son driving that car. I think.
Yeah,
I think his son's name was also Jack Miller.
Yeah, Jack William Miller.
Yeah, there's two. Jack Miller, the guy who ran
That's Dr. Jack Miller.
Dr. Jack Miller, who has his car on the ceiling of his dentist's office. And
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, then you have Jack Miller, his son, who ran in Indy Next.
Yeah. Other than I would have loved to see Indy Next keep Iowa on the schedule, because Iowa after they screwed up Iowa.
Ooh, last year Iowa, on an IndyCar standpoint, was a failure.
Oh yeah,
it was so bad.
After they screwed up the track, I knew it was going to be gone within the next couple of years or at the end of the contract.
That was such a bad race to watch. Both doubleheader races were
IndyCar race is bad. The Indy Next race, 2024 especially, absolute banger.
Oh yeah.
I really wish they could have worked out a deal with NASCAR to have that as the third tier series on the Cup weekend. Mm-hmm. But then there was some rumors that Cup wasn't going to come back to Iowa, and I think if they somehow get Montreal on the Cup schedule, I think Iowa's getting dropped.
The interesting thing about Iowa is it's literally in the middle of nowhere, just situated right off I-80. You go right by it, and there's nothing else around it. It's like that, an airstrip.
It is maybe one of the worst places to build. No offense to the state of Iowa, but there's not a lot of people there.
I just don't think they...
And even the people that were coming during the Hy-Vee weekend were mainly coming for the concerts.
The concerts, what? It was two A-listers. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
they lined that up.
Got some crazy big names, but I guess most of those people just got free race tickets because they were going to a concert.
Yeah.
That's how it was viewed.
I will say that track itself is really interesting. The stands and everything around it, it's really cool. It's really cool to see, but there's nothing else around it, and that's their problem. That realistically should have been, had a community built around it, because that's why why the Motor Speedway does so well is we built the Speedway.
Built a town around it.
A town around it called Speedway.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Downtown Speedway? Downtown Speedway is cool.
It's all IndyCar memorabilia everywhere. It's awesome. Dallara.
The Dallara factory is on Main Street.
It is literally on Main Street in the middle of Speedway, Indiana. But if you don't put anything around the track there, you're not going to get any traction to it. It's stupid. So
my last ask of you before we go to a song break and then talk about some sports cars. What do you think of the DC race?
Oh, okay. So,
because if you take away the political lens,
I'm going to preface that by saying, politics aside, adding an extra race to the schedule. This is from a fan perspective. Mm-hmm. Adding an extra race to that schedule is going to be so entertaining. Not to mention it's around the nation's capital. I think that's really, really cool.
And the fact that it's free.
Oh yeah, I mean,
great way to pull in fans. But how on earth is this going to make any money?
It's not. I mean, to be frank with you, it's not. I mean,
but we finally got out of the 17 race rut that we've been in for years.
So now that we have a race in DC, it's going to be a 1 year. Obviously, it's a 1 year spinoff.
Go to Pocono in 2027.
Pocono, or maybe down to Mexico. So go down to Brazil.
True.
When Kyle and I were here in our senior year, we interviewed Craig Hampson, technical director for, I believe, now Andretti. And
he's been with literally everyone.
Andretti, with when we talked to him, he was in between McLaren and Andretti, but he was telling us about what the process was, because he was Sebastian Bourdais' I think race manager.
Yeah, he was his crew chief, the equivalent of a crew chief.
So he was telling us about the process of getting those cars over to Australia for Surfers Paradise, and it's just such an interesting thing. And logistically, what's preventing them is probably just chartering cargo planes.
Yeah,
that's probably the hardest part.
And also the fact that they are 12 hours.
Yeah, 12-hour difference.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why we haven't gone back to Surfers Paradise. That's why we haven't gone back to Motegi.
Oh man, Motegi, we could still run there.
Sato did a demo run on the oval for Honda Dream Days or whatever that event's called,
and they were
in his 500 winning car.
Well, and then the kicker was with that is that they swore up and down that Motegi was unraceable. They said the track service had taken too much damage.
Using it as a car park now. At least the oval. Yeah. The road course still has Super GT and awesome series, by the way.
Yeah.
Super GT, MotoGP, Super Formula.
Yeah.
Japanese domestic racing is wonderful. Before we head to our song break and then come back and talk about sports cars for a little bit before we go, updating you on Riley-thon, we have raised $7,533. Our goal is $20,000. If you want to donate, go to WHJE.com and click the big pink Donate to Riley-thon button at the top of the website. All of your contributions mean so much to us and to Riley Hospital. We can't thank you enough for taking just this little bit of your money and putting it to a greater cause. Our top donor is Payajala. I hope I'm saying that right. $1,000.
Unreal. Yeah, and that, as I said, I said this a little bit earlier, but that is a huge difference. You are making a huge difference in a real child's life that is currently in Riley Children's Hospital. Anything and everything that you can, if you have a will to donate, then go to WHJE.com, press that big red donate button, check it out, put some money in there and pay it forward.
When we come back, we will talk about the dumpster fire that is the Renault Group and French Motorsport as a whole. We will be right back here on Cars and Coffee here on 91.3 WHJE. Here's Any Major Dude by Steely Dan. Don't go away. Cars and Coffee will be right back on 91.3 WHJE. Hi, if you're listening to this, that means you're listening to a replay of today's show. I just want to say thank you for listening and make sure to subscribe to the This Week in Racing YouTube channel so you never miss another episode of Cars and Coffee, along with highlights from your favorite motorsport series. If you're listening on the WHJE website, go to youtube.com/@TWIRvids. If you're listening to this on YouTube, just click the button below. Thank you so much for listening. Now, let's get back to the show. We now return to Cars and Coffee here on 91.3 WHJE. Welcome back to Cars and Coffee here on 91.3 WHJE. My name is Nathan Ward here with Oliver Mason.
Heyo. Quick reminder for all of you just tuning in. It is Riley-thon here at WHJE. Nate, you want to tell the people here about Riley-thon?
Yes, it is the one time a year where we come together with Dance Marathon and raise a bunch of money to donate to the wonderful people that are doing incredible work at Riley Hospitals for Children. So far, not even close to being done with day one of Riley-thon, we have raised $7,500 out of our $20,000 goal. Thank you to everyone that has contributed, small or big, to help us change some kids' lives.
Yeah, unreal. It's, as I said, earlier, this has been something that, I've been a part of all 4 years I was here at Carmel High School, and we've grown our goal every year bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's crazy to see you guys reaching for 20,000 when we were just reaching for 10,000.
Oh yeah, I brought this up earlier. The first year that we ever did Riley-thon, I believe 7 years ago, we raised, I believe, $1,900. Last year, $19,000.
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy.
Unreal to watch. Obviously, for me, from a bit of a third-person perspective now, watch the totals that we've raised grow, and grow. I mean, generosity of people, it's unreal. This is something that, my freshman year, I remember coming into class and Jess Cooper came in and gave us a big speech about Riley-thon and showed us videos that she had created and things like that to kind of get us all hyped up and ready to go. And it's kind of full circle. She was here today talking about Riley-thon. It's crazy to see.
Right before we were on.
Yeah, right before we were on, Jess Cooper was here. And it's just funny because it's like, I think about now what is 4 years ago for me, her coming in and getting us all ready. And it's really full circle. It's cool to see that she's coming in and doing that for y'all, even though that she's probably like 22 now.
Yeah.
Older.
Yeah, we're getting old really fast.
Yeah, I feel old coming back in here, man. I can't do it anymore.
You're gonna be 21, dude.
Yeah, I turned 21 this year. That's unreal. I can't even fathom that right now. But anyways, let's get into Alpine.
Yeah, as a follow-up, last week I talked about who's in, who's out for Hypercar in 2027. I basically put all of these manufacturers into 4 different categories. In for sure, you have Ford and McLaren. Maybe you have Honda, which that broke, potentially partnering with Inter-Europol competition to run a hypercar program. That would be pretty cool, since Inter-Europol is a bakery. But Honda's a possibility. Lamborghini's looking at getting customer teams back for the SC63. Personally, my favorite,
dude,
somewhat active hypercar.
Those sound unreal.
I am a proud Aston Martin Valkyrie truther. Oh, that thing is gonna win. That thing is gonna win something.
Those things sound nuts too. I mean, like
6-liter Cosworth 6.5-liter Cosworth V12.
Man, I turn on WEC or like hypercar series, and you're just sitting there listening. You're just like, this is wow.
Yeah, wow. Talking like John Hindhoff, I think, on the IMSA radio broadcast at Daytona was saying, for harder racing, they don't even have to leave their hauler to check if their car's still in the race. They just wake up and they hear the V12 screaming, all right, we're fine.
That reminds me a few years ago when they had the Garage 56 NASCAR.
Yes, dude.
They said it was like every 4 minutes it was like an alarm clock because of how loud the V8 was.
That thing's so cool.
Oh my
gosh.
Like
just that might be one of the coolest things.
I think I've seen it ever. In person like 10 times now. It's been around so much.
I really got to get to that.
Showing it off.
What was that car show that Grosjean's helmet was at again?
PRI.
I need to get to that at some point.
It's got some really cool stuff. They always have...
Spike was there. AO Racing LMP2 car. I believe that's their Le Mans winning car from this year.
I think it was
LMP2 Pro-Am.
Yeah, they clear coated all the damage.
Yeah,
and all that, so
I think I saw that
how
on
it looks
Instagram,
coming out of the race. That's such a cool feature, man.
Speaking of Inter-Europol, they put their LMP2 winner, I believe, from this year. No, it was from a couple years ago. They've won a couple times. They put it in the Le Mans Museum, clear coated. That thing is dirty.
Oh yeah,
like just covered in just dirt and rubber.
You don't realize how dirty those cars get. It's crazy. I mean, they get filthy, and then it's cool once you get close up to those LMP2, LMP3 cars, and you see they just have the rip off windshields.
Yeah,
like that's just like stuff like that is you don't notice details you get up close to those cars, and it's really cool to have an opportunity like PRI to be able to go out there and just be like, this is really cool. I'm going to walk up and touch it. But
in the third category, the probably not coming back is Porsche. I think Porsche stays out another year for 2027. Roger says they want to be back well before 2030. So never say never. Yeah. The problem is Porsche dumped too much of its money into EV sales and is now getting bit in the rear end for it.
Oh, man.
Speaking of which, at the very bottom, at the potentially gone category, I put Alpine, who have since confirmed that they will depart the FIA World Endurance Championship at the conclusion of the 2026 season and shift the historic Viry-Châtillon engine facility that they have in France that used to build their F1 engines. They don't anymore. Boo. To a road car tech hub, mostly for EVs. But it will mark the end of Alpine's involvement in WEC competition, which dates back to 2013 in the LMP2 ranks, bringing the Nissan VK45DE into the LMP2 class, which became the dominant engine.
Yeah.
So that's Alpine's major. And then the Gibson LMP2 engine that's used now is based off the VK45DE. So essentially, you can thank Alpine for creating the modern LMP2 rule set, which you might hate the modern LMP2 rule set because there's only one car now. But yeah, you could probably thank Alpine for that. But they graduated to the hypercar ranks in 2021 with a former Rebellion Racing LMP1 car. Probably my favorite non-hybrid LMP1.
It didn't look too bad at all. I just dropped my phone.
It was just an Orca 07 with some big bulbous headlights. They created their own LMDH car, the A424, in 2024. It won the 100th World Endurance Championship race at Fuji last year with Charles Malaysia, Ferdinand Habsburg, who in a parallel universe could have either been King of Spain, King of Hungary, or Emperor of Austria-Hungary, and he's a race car driver. And Paul-Loup Chatin. Its withdrawal comes amid a change of leadership at parent company Renault and follows decreased sales, particularly out of Alpine's official electric vehicle-only strategy, which has since been reversed. But this comes without effect on the Formula One team, which we talked about earlier, which switched to Mercedes power over the offseason. What is going on in France, man?
Man, I don't want to see Alpine die, but closing out that WEC, which means they're probably moving all their funding to F1. That's probably what's happening is they're taking all their WEC funding and just rotating it.
And from what I heard, the Renault F1 engine for 2026 that they had already dynoed really wasn't that bad.
I wonder if legitimately oh my goodness.
What went through their head?
What went through their head is we have enough money to run one of these series. Which one do we think we can make more money in? And I feel like F1's that answer any day of the week.
Definitely.
I that's probably what happened there.
I brought this up last week. The delay to the WEC entry list was not just because of Porsche and Proton trying to cobble together a program at the last second. It was because the board of directors at Renault had not approved an extension to the Alpine Hypercar program for 2026. And they only approved it for one more year.
No.
But even despite Porsche leaving, and despite Alpine leaving, we're still going to have a net gain in hypercar manufacturers next year.
I mean, it sucks to see some leave, but, racing series change every year. They're very dynamic.
And I've seen so many, LMP1 hybrid truthers on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, this is the end of hypercar. Everyone's leaving. No. Just no. We're still going to have a net gain of manufacturers. We're going to have 9 makes next year.
Yeah, whoever leaves will be replaced by someone else who's looking to make more money, man. That's just how racing is.
LMP1 at max, or factory LMP1 at its max, had 4 manufacturers, and one of them only showed up for one race.
Yeah. So
I love the Nissan front engine LMP1 car, but man, that thing was slow.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will say I've loved watching hypercar LMP1. I obviously loved watching WEC, but man, I just still can't believe that Renault's packing it up and going home. That's just gonna, man, it's sad. It's such a sad day.
Yeah, I personally honestly, the last couple years, the Alpine liveries have been some of my favorite Formula One liveries. I don't necessarily like the blue and pink too much, but their 2021 livery with the blue and red was pretty good looking.
Yeah, they're another one of those sleeper liver company. Sleeper. Oh my goodness, this is
you can't. Talk
I can't talk today. Sleeper livery.
There you go.
Teams right there.
Yeah.
I feel like Kick Sauber sometimes like that, where they just will randomly pop out really good livery one year, and the next year it's just green and black. That's all it
2024 to 2025.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
And then they became Audi, and apparently that engine can scream, dude. Nico Hulkenberg was doing a standing start. Was doing I don't know what to call it, a fake standing start at the end of the pit lane. That thing screams when he holds the clutch.
2020, is it 2027 when they're coming in, or is it?
Cadillac's going to come in either 28 or 29.
28, 29. When's Audi coming in this year?
Audi's in this year.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, Audi brought their own engine. That thing can scream.
I'm looking forward to next year. I'm more looking forward to when Cadillac finally comes in, but I'm
not a bad livery either. No. I'm actually really glad they didn't put any yellow on it.
No, I mean, I think looking at 12 F1 teams going into the 2028 year is going to be so
that
awesome.
Would be crazy.
Monaco is going to suck. Monaco is going to suck so much.
That might end Monaco forever.
Monaco is literally going to be so awful. I think even this year with
Monaco's the only Formula E event that I actually watch.
Really? I think Formula E actually puts
Formula E at Monaco has been absolutely fantastic ever since they switched to the full layout. Old layout. Nah. Just peak Formula E is like watching one of those 2016 races, and the corners are literally just like a concrete highway barrier hairpin that you just do a U-turn around and then go back down the other end of the street. Yeah.
So it's just like a Grand Theft Auto race.
I bet you I probably built multiple Formula E tracks just with my terrible building skills in Forza Horizon. Speaking of which, Forza Horizon 6, this is going to be our last thing for today. Forza Horizon 6 is going to come out in May. It's taking GTA 6's release slot. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
$120 for the Ultimate Edition, though.
Worth it.
I've already bought it. I've already bought it. Ultimate Edition. Oh my gosh, man. I
thought it was AI.
I'm when I excited.
Holy cow, dude.
So excited.
Every single photo that they have released.
I can remember every year so I started playing Forza during 1 and then continued on to 2 and then into 3 and 4 and 5. But like going into ever since Forza Horizon 2, it's always just been like next year they're going to Japan, and finally it's happening.
Finally it's happening, and they have the technology to build Japan, and holy cow, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. If you're interested in racing games, I'd take a look at that online.
And with the death of Forza Motorsport, we're getting an Alfa Romeo Group C car in one of the car packs.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. But that I believe will do it for this Riley-thon edition of Cars and Coffee. Before we go, please go to WHJE.com and click that pink Donate to Riley-thon button. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Oliver for coming back. This has been Oliver Mason and Nathan Ward. For Cars and Coffee, here's Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin.